Sing to God a new song, for God has done marvelous things. Let the floods clap their hands, let the hills sing together for joy. Together for joy. Now, I'm not going to lie. When I found out the topic for this reflection was joy, I thought, joy? I don't want to talk about that. Give me some anger, some grief, some sadness. That I could talk about. But joy? Although, I'm not sure how successful a financial campaign entitled Holy Anger, Godly Grief, or Spiritual Sadness might be. Maybe next year. Together for joy. I, for one, have found it hard to find joy, knowing that there are over 210,000 American lives lost to the coronavirus, that Black and brown bodies are dying at the intersection of systemic racism and police brutality, that many folks who are incarcerated haven't seen their loved ones in 9 months as COVID-19 spreads like wildfires through prisons, while there are literal wildfires ravaging the West Coast, and where there seems to be little work toward solutions on both sides of the aisle. Together for joy. I tend to feel guilty when I find joy throughout my day. I think of Ahmaud Arbery as I run safely through my neighborhood. I think of Trayvon Martin as I run to the local Turkey Hill. I think of Breonna Taylor as I tuck myself into bed at night, as she did the night she was killed. Together for joy. As I reflected more and more on this phrase, I was struck by just how countercultural this phrase is to our world right now. A world plagued by sickness, violence, anger, sadness, and so much division. That we are taking up the call to sing together for joy. Together, we have embraced the challenges this year has brought on. First, being apart and worshiping online, sending letters to one another, and learning how to use Zoom to connect with each other virtually, along with showing up for birthday parades, while at the same time figuring out how to keep serving the people in our neighborhood and dropping off food to make sure people are fed. We showed up to learn together on adult formation nights, and many of us showed up in protest back in June on the corner of Chestnut and Mulberry to stand in solidarity with our Black and brown neighbors. We got to see each other in person again as we opened up for masked and socially distanced worship and gatherings outside, as we packed up over 1,000 shoes for Souls for Souls. And now we have welcomed new people and programs into our spaces, with a steady stream of volunteers eager to help the kids at Fulton Elementary School with virtual learning at the village. Together for joy. I'm reminded here of a quote by Howard Thurman, an American theologian, educator, and civil rights mentor. He says, "Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive, and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive." I feel like St. John's really finds the intersection of asking what the world needs, while at the same time discerning what makes us come alive, as both individuals and as a parish, as we look at the gifts we already have and seek to grow in our gifts in order to be a stronger faith community, and to constantly be redefining and reimagining ways for us to live out being people of God. I invite us to consider how we can come together to co-create with God, with one another, and with our community, a world in which everyone can truly sing together for joy.